love the animals, and I like this planet and stuff, So
that sounds boring.
So yeah, I mean, my mom's cool as shit. I feel like my mom's cool as shit, and I feel like Wolf's mom's cool as shit. So yeah, maybe there is some cool shit.
I don't know. There's something. Hey, this is Party Like a Rockstar podcast, and I'm your host, Joel. Today's episode is brought to you by Misha's Kind Foods. They're an LA-based small business making the world's finest non-dairy cheese on the market today. They're lactose-free, paleo, keto, kosher, Parev, and 100% vegan. If you like what you see, check out the next video. If you like this video, please subscribe and like by clicking the little round button on the bottom right. To learn more about me or other guests on the show, go to joelrody.com. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. The handle is Joel Rody. If you haven't already read my book, Memoir of a Roadie, it's now available through Amazon and paperback Kindle or as an audiobook. I hope you enjoy the show. Okay. Robbie Cope is a backline tech and stage manager. He's worked for Nils Lofgren, Lifehouse, Corey Taylor, Hart, Marilyn Manson, the B-52s, Toto, Pat Benatar, Tiger Army, Mike Fasano, got him coming on actually in a few days here. Three Doors Down, Smash Mouth, Miley Cyrus, Gavin Degraw, The Go-Go's, Mike Portnoy, that's fucking cool, by the way, Fifth Harmony, Michael Front, and Spearhead as a drum tech. He has been nominated a number of times and won the Tour Link Dog Award twice. Scott Hall is a backline tech and stage manager at the House of Blues in Orlando. He's worked for Mammoth WVH, Stone Temple Pilots, Counting Crows, Trivium, and Anne Berlin. Hey guys, I'm glad to have you two on. There's my big intro.
Thanks for having us.
So I'll open the floodgates with STP because I worked for STP. And so did you take over from Magee, or do you know Magee?
The guy, no, I don't. The dude who was there before me was Mike Krull. From what I heard, he was going on to Kid Rock. He was doing drums and DJ maybe for Kid Rock, and I had filled in once or twice for him, and then I guess he got super busy with that gig, and I became the dude and worked for Eric for a while.
Kretzel's pretty demanding.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Really? Is he really? I'm kidding. I thought he's like such a laid back guy. I was joking. I was still fucking.
No, it's weird though, because certain things, I mean, he is maybe demanding is not like the best word, but he is peculiar about his tuning. He's really important about like his toms being in certain notes and stuff like that, which to me, like I had never
I have a great appreciation for that. That's cool.
Yeah,
it was definitely, it was next level for me, because normally I'm just like, oh, by my ear, okay, sounds great, but he definitely, and it was cool. It was definitely cool,
it makes you step up your game.
100%.
Is he still with Rob with GMS?
No, he is working with A&F Drums, I believe. I haven't worked with the drums just yet, but it's a company I know. They are out of Austin. They're cool looking kits. I haven't personally messed with them, but they look cool. So
hey, then they got to be cool. That's like the law.
Yeah, they look cool.
Music instrument law.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it's how you look while you're doing it, right?
You gotta look good. You gotta look good.
You can be the worst golfer ever, but if you got the baddest threads on, you're Tiger Woods.
Yeah, just somersault up to your putt. Somerset, I don't know, somersault, I don't know, whatever. I'll cut that. So Tiger Army, man. So were you working with Mike?
I did, yeah. I was hired. It was like they always do Christmas shows like every December. And so when I was still living in LA, I went out and did it. I'm like, really? So I'm teching for Mike, huh? Okay. All right. Because he's the man, he's one of the best techs in the industry.
I was to say he's a really high end.
He's just wrapping up in the studio in Miami actually today, I believe. So Sack, we call him Sack, right?
Yeah, and I remember so when I met him years ago, I used to bust his balls. I'd be like, "What's the set? Why do they call you Sack?" And he wouldn't tell me. He would not ever tell me.
Well, according to legend, for
Legend, by the way,
better way to keep people's names out of who told me the story that know for sure. No, it's got a nutsack that'll take over a Coke can.
So I think I actually found it online. It's funny now, you can find like anything online. And so I think I actually.
But no, we did them shows and I asked the tour manager, I'm like, why do they? He goes, you never heard? And I'm like, no. He goes, because his fucking nuts are bigger than a Coke can.
Yeah, the sack.
But he's a that Tiger Army is a great band though. If you've never seen him live.
Been listening to him lately because I was
really good
catching up with him. He was with Warrant, and I toured with Warrant when he was in Warrant, and he was really fun to hang out with. So I used to hang out with him a lot. And then I'm trying to think of the name. He had like a fun side project, and the guy was I can't think of the dude's name, but the dude was a character, and that was always fun. Like they were just drunk shitheads. It was great to watch them play. It was so much fun. So Dirty something, or Dirty Dawn was the dude's name.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't know. It was great. Mike's the shit. And then he invited me once to go see Mick Fleetwood play because he was teching for Mick. And that was pretty fucking cool. So
wow.
Nice. Yeah, right? That was neat. That was good. Anyway, all right. Sorry. We'll get back into you guys.
Mike, do you know, or Scott, do you know who Mike is?
No.
He does mostly studio stuff actually. So he's been on a lot of records, and he was I met him through when I worked with Sorum, and he was like, he's still to the best friends with Sorum, but him and Matt are the creators. I'm only bringing this up to tell you that they're the creators behind the Emperor X Drumhead from Remo.
Oh wow.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So maybe I'll bring that up.
Mike is like, he signs at, at NAMM, or when we had NAMM, he would sign at Remo right next to Matt because he was literally half the creator of that drum head. So,
well, they're like
he's that head all the time, and I'm like, really, you did? Oh man, that's rad.
I think they lived together at one point.
They did for a while, yeah. Oh, the stories.
I'm sure.
Oh. Yeah, between Sack and X Guns and Roses, yeah.
They're probably pretty boring. We used to go out and drink on the Warrant credit card, and it was fucking awesome. It said Warrant on it. We'd go out and we'd all drink on the Warrant credit card. It was so cool. It's like the beers are better when some fucking band's paying for it.
Agree is always better, right?
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's see what else you guys got. So Three Doors Down. So I've talked about Three Door Down a few times because my big one was there's more boobs on Three Doors Down than every other band I worked for combined, with the exception of Poison. It's crazy.
I know, and what's funny is that, like, when I was on that, like, I was, as the new guy, like, everybody had been there. I think Jeff Chase at that point was like 7 years in, and he was the one that was like the next new guy, other than the one of the other techs that had been hired. Like, they'd all been there forever, and then all of a sudden now they're all gone. Now it's a whole new crew. It's a great crew. I went and saw them when they were here in Vegas and stuff, and you know what I mean. But
I found a little video of you online, and you had to set up two drum kits, and they had totally disassembled them or something, and you were trying to figure
that would
have
been Three Doors, yeah, because there was a point of the tour where, because Brad's the original drummer for Three Doors Down, so their first record, that's Brad on the drums.
Okay.
And so in one of our tours, I was with them for about 3 years, I guess. In one of our tours, Brad came up to me and said, I want to play drums for about 30 seconds every night. And that's what we did. So I had 2 risers, 2 kits, got rolled out so Brad could play alongside.
For 30 seconds.
Yeah, basically, yeah, on Citizen Soldier, I believe it was.
Yeah, they were a good band, actually. I liked watching them play. They're fun.
Great band.
They're fun.
Great people too. They're all sober now, which is,
Well, I remember Matt was no walk in the park, man. Did you ever tour with him? Was he alive when you were?
Yeah, he was. And oddly, it was like, well, I remember one day they always had a juicer in the dressing room, and one day Matt goes, "Hey, Robbie, you want a juice?" And okay, because it wasn't that guy. Like, he was always in a corner. That's why he never left his 4-foot mat on. If you ever saw a show with him, he never left that wedge, which actually had a fan in it. He never
That was
left
the
that.
Ozzy Osbourne syndrome, but okay.
And but he made me a juice, and I went and told Brad. He's like, he did fucking what? Really? I was like, yeah, he made me a juice. He's like, wow, wow.
You're in.
Yeah. Yeah. And then yeah, unfortunately he passed away.
No, it is sad because he was a young guy too. I mean,
yeah, that was because that's Brad's cousin.
oh, really?
Yeah, they're family. Yeah.
Brutal. And then there's another dude, I think, who went to jail, didn't he?
That's Todd. Yeah, I believe he's still there, sadly. Well, he was out, and then through some bad luck and some drama, he's back in. So
all right, let's talk about monumental drummers. We'll switch it up, pick on poor Three Doors Down problems. I'm like, I like that band. And then I'm like, isn't the guy in jail?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was really
right up here, man.
What's he in jail for? Good stuff. Don't worry. I don't know why he's in jail.
All good stuff,
There's nothing.
All positive.
Mike Portnoy. Fuck yeah, whoa, what an awesome opportunity. So how'd you get that gig? And Scott, have you ever heard of this guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm kidding with you.
Yeah. We still talk all the time. He's a good dude. I got the call out of the blue. I forget, I was on a gig and had to step away, and I got the call and said, all right, I guess I got another gig. So I went and did Europe with him. And that's right, because Ho couldn't do it. That's right. Because his drum tech, Jose, has been there since he was like 18. And so, but he, oddly enough, Ho was out on Dream Theater.
I think that's they add another drum for every year that he stays with them. That's how he has such a big kit.
But that was, he's good. Mike, he's kind of demanding, as far as like on stage wise and stuff like that. But
have you guys ever seen?
He's earned a lot of that.
So. Do you guys have any like wind up stories from the road? Like any did Three Doors Down pick on other bands in those 3 years? Did you guys have any fun stories like last show antics type shit?
The most that comes to mind is when we had Theory of a Deadman with us, and they were always taking our photos and because we were always doing funny day sheets, like guys' heads on whatever picture or whatever, and they would do that, but nothing
Too nutty. You got nothing for me, Scott?
No, the only kind of in the tour prank thing that I don't know, when I was working for Counting Crows, our whole stage crew, well, and some of the band actually, we were on out with, can't remember if it was either Rob Thomas or Matchbox 20. It was one of those, and yeah, they decided to all go out in their underwear and dance with the band as they played their last song of the tour. Whatever. It was just pretty funny for some of the actual members of the band to come out in their underwear and
start prancing around.
Nothing crazy though. I mean,
I love Counting Crows.
They're such great band, man. Like
they're so good. It's like my dorky band that I like. They have those bands that you like and people think they're lame or whatever.
Yeah.
I just really don't care. Like
Yeah.
hours a day.
Spin Doctors.
That's your dorky one?
Yeah.
Spin Doctors.
Because they are just fucking self-proclaimed nerds, that just like fuck, they're badass though. When
So I was the same genre with Crash Test Dummies. I think they're fucking great. Listen, but to all of them.
Now it's gonna be stuck in your head.
I listen to it all the time, because I don't know, you're at home, nobody's listening, whatever. I don't care. So I'll put on the thing, and you find yourself like Candlebox. Keep putting on Candlebox all the time. I just like it. I think they're really good.
I was a huge fan when they came out.
They were fun. They were really fun to listen to. Counting Crows, I like just because that dude can write, man. He's
those lyrics are
and sing, and then all the guys are actually good.
The band live is that band for me. I don't know, especially the album Throwing Copper.
That's such a good
But
record.
then they'd come out with like EPs. They're like, you look a little harder, find them. They're all good songs. Like everything was good.
Yeah, man. They definitely put out, and just great live too. Like just very demanding live. And I don't know, just
It would have been funny if they like sucked live.
Right.
We called our band live because we suck live.
Yeah.
We're like
'Cause
putting.
Did you work for them, Scott?
What's that?
Did you work for Live?
No, just done like STP's done some festivals with them and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
What years were you with STP?
Let's see. Started, gosh, I don't even, what year is it now? 2021. I started, it must have been 17 or 16. I did Chester's last 2 performances.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then he had gone on to do, he went in the studio to do the last, or whatever, the next Linkin Park album. And then, that. And then, so then there was a break, and that's when I was doing Counting Crows, and then went back to SCP when they got Jeff, the new singer, well, the current singer, whatever, the guy now. And I worked with them for, I mean, we toured solid 2.5 years, with Jeff, going everywhere.
You were with them for a while.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
what was it like seeing Chester the last couple of times? The hindsight on that must be pretty crazy.
And he was
right,
because I was only at that point. Those were the 2 shows that I was filling in, so I was still way outside of everyone, and the 10 seconds I got to kind of, hey man, what's up? He seemed, as Robin Williams and everybody else, just
right,
super happy dude, like loving life, always joking and, taking life just lighthearted, but on stage got up there and did his job 100%, just absolutely slayed it. The 2 shows I worked for him, and yeah.
Who was the PM?
Let's see. Then it was Jimmy Story.
I know that name, but I don't know him. What about the Go-Go's? That must have been fun, man.
No, this was a one-off that we went to Prague for, and we spent a week over there.
Oh, hell yeah. Prague's beautiful.
Oh, it's one of my favorites. Yeah, I was stoked about that. And that was just a fun week of rehearsals in one show. And they are partiers and they love to have fun. That's all I pretty much can, like, they were the equal to Aerosmith. They partied harder than anybody back in the day. Like the stories that I was told.
I had one on here. Yeah, they had like, they were in a limo, they had to get somewhere, and they just had a massive box of dildos.
Oh, I believe it.
He goes, yeah, like 100
I have
dildos.
Zero doubts. Yeah. I mean, like they were going to strip clubs all because they still love to go. And I'm not a strip club guy at all. Never have been. And
I
they're
wasn't
like,
either.
You're going with us tonight, And I'm like, okay. When the bosses tell you you're going.
You're going.
And we're in Sniffers Row, the whole 9, like drinks are flowing. They just come, wherever they are, they take over. Every night in the hotel lobby, they just take over. Every night.
Sounds like fun.
Absinthe, the 4-spout absinthe thing, like that was on the table every night.
Oh, that's cool.
Like just food all night. Like this is after rehearsal. Like they just love to have a good time.
Super. Do you guys have any gigs, hole in the wall stuff that you've done that you're like, how the fuck are we gonna set shit up here? What are we gonna do? Like,
I just did that with Mammoth. I mean, not that we have a big production by any means, but we just played the Whiskey.
Such a pain in the ass.
And yeah, and I don't know, kind of weird circumstance. The band is normally a 5-piece, but Frank Sidoris, he got in a car accident, and he wasn't able to be on this kind of little small leg of the run. And so luckily we were a 4-piece at that point. But yeah, I mean, it was, and no openers, luckily, because they're, I mean, you're talking about striking everything to get another band up there, and
yeah,
there's no room to put anything, like, of course, it's sold out. It's a smaller venue, I mean, Wolfgang being Wolfgang, like, his family was there, and I mean, great band, and yeah, so like, yeah, that was my most recent.
What the fuck? I did the Whiskey with STP and Chili Peppers.
Wow. Yeah. So
it was crazy to see Scott. No movement. It wasn't allowed to move around. There was nowhere to move. The stage is so small because we put so much shit on the stage still. And it was awesome to see this guy still like totally command. And he wasn't able to move around a lot because when he performed, he was all over the fucking.
Yeah, he had moves like Jagger, man.
Totally.
I had when I worked for Camp Freddy, he come out and did a couple shows with us and him and his wife. But I had to tell him this story when I was walking on a plane. He's in first class and I'm walking by and I'm like, and I held up the whole plane for like, it probably was 5 minutes, but felt like, 20. And, but when their first tour, they supported the Butthole Surfers. I don't know if you guys remember.
Oh, sure.
And that was one of the most epic shows of my life. To this day, I remember so much about it. It was in Minnesota, and I talked to him about it though. And I said it was, at Trout Air and in Forest Lake, Minnesota. And he's like, dude, I remember that. Like, he was so nice. But he's like, dude, I actually do remember that show. And it was because it was one of them shows where it just ended up downpouring after a beautiful sunny day, and it didn't stop anybody. It just encouraged everybody to go harder and dance harder and have more fun,
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was just a cool, like, he was so cool, never worked with him, but so nice. I mean, I worked with him on Camp Freddy, but not tour wise or whatever. Like, he just come out to sing some songs.
I've had the nightmare stories come through here like a lot where I've heard just from buddies, but to me, it always was super awesome. So I didn't have any.
He was sober at this time though. So.
Yeah. I was going to say, you think, but that's probably really rude. I don't know. I shouldn't even say that. It's probably not cool, but I don't know. I like him. So you think Wolfie's got staying power? I hear he's pretty badass on all accounts.
I really do. I feel like he's got so much in him that just this first stuff is just the very, very tip of the iceberg.
And he is his father's son.
Yeah.
Man, he's just so talented. I didn't mean to call him a kid. He's that dude is so talented.
How old is he? It's like 20.
He's 30. He's 30.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah. He just hanging out. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know what to think, honestly, starting the tour. Like, is the band going to be on their own bus? Is Wolf flying to shows? Is he doing, I don't know, I mean, you work with bands and artists kind of.
And you find out he's driving the bus.
Yeah. I mean,
dude, I did not expect this.
Literally.
I got Funyuns for everybody.
If you told him how to, he would totally drive the bus. He loves being on the bus, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that sounds weird saying that or whatever. I don't know. But like, he's just a dude, and he wants to just be treated like a dude, and he wants to freaking rock and roll and have fun doing it and shoot people with Nerf guns and stuff like that. That's, like, have a little fun, steal a golf cart, drive around a parking lot, big deal, nothing crazy, and play some music, Yeah, I do really, I mean, I got to hear a little bit of stuff that he's working on, and man, it's great. I don't know. It's cool. really good stuff. Yeah. And he's got some heavy hitters playing with him, I feel, so,
Garrett's a beast.
Garrett is a great drummer, man. And he's one of my really, really, really good friends, man. And he's so fitting for the part, he's
Did you know him before the tour, or did you just get to know him on the gig?
Oh, I worked for Garrett when he played in Tremonti.
Oh, okay. Dope. All right.
Yeah, Tremonti and Trivium did a run years ago, and actually I doubled up. Me and my roommate Frosty, we doubled up being the crew for both. And so it was 2 full kits, and it was, it was a whole thing, whatever. But that was my first time working for Garrett, and ever since then, him and I have just been really good friends. We vibe really great, and as just people off the stage, nothing to do with drums, just as people, we get along great. I feel
you would hang out on a day off.
Oh, 100%, 100%, so Yeah, so that was definitely a great thing when he told me, because he's been working with Wolf for years now,
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, Wolf, they've been doing this writing, I don't know, I don't quote me exactly, but maybe like 4 years or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Working on this stuff, it's I mean, it's all ideas and then takes time to come to fruition and everything. And yeah, but I met Wolf on that Tremonti Trivium tour. Tremonti did a little sideshow at they played at the Roxy, and Wolf came down and hung out and whatever. Yeah, so totally cool. Yeah, but to go back to your original question, yeah, I do really feel that this is, people are just seeing the very beginnings, just the initial spark of what Wolf's got to come.
That's super neat stuff.
Yeah, man.
I love how he that somebody like on social media tried to like, and I'm sure you saw this where they were like, "Oh, you're trading on your dad's name," and he's like, "No, listen here, mother." You know what I mean? He like,
he's had a couple ones where he's going back to like perfect.
He's not. No, and I don't feel that he's trading on his dad's name whatsoever. No, he's definitely making his own path for sure.
I mean, at the end of the day, what can the guy do? His last name is Van Halen. You can't change that. He can't change the fact that his dad was Eddie, one of the most freaking amazing musicians on the planet.
But why would you want to?
Yeah, exactly. And he just wants to do his own thing. And just like he says every single time, I'm not playing Panama for you guys. I'm playing my shit, He can play Panama. Of course he can. He can play it in his sleep, but he wants to play his stuff, you know?
I heard he was going to go out with David Lee Roth.
What's that?
No, I'm kidding, but that would be cool. I knew that would get you going.
It's funny. He, every once in a while he would just throw out something like, "Oh, working for Sammy was this, or working with Dave was like this." So it's just cool to like, man. It just, neat. I don't know. I'll be 48 in a couple days, pretty much. And growing up, listening to Van Halen, and like, holy crap! And now, like.
Did you tell him that you had a big crush on his mom?
Well, that too. And, but
anyway, I mean, come on, day at a time.
But the band, they rehearsed at 5150, and being able to just walk into that place was just like, wow, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
And you guys were just out with the Guns guys, right?
Yeah. Which that was my biggest level of touring. I've never done stadiums and arenas like that before. Sheds, yes, but I mean, that was going out with Guns. I mean, that was pretty freaking epic, man. And just seeing those dudes every day, Duff, hey, what's up? No big deal. What? Like, what the hell? Take this, the Paradise City video back on Headbangers Ball or whatever, way back, and now, hey, what's up, Slash? No big deal. What?
No, Slash and Duff are the two nicest guys on the freaking planet, man. Yeah. I've been fortunate when I was at Sorum for a couple of years. I mean, I was at Matt's wedding, the whole nine, and they're both every time like I have an animal tattoo on my shoulder, and Slash, we were in rehearsals, and he goes, and he's so, how soft spoken he is, because he's like, Robbie, I meant to tell you the last time I saw you, I really love your animal tattoo. Cool, thanks, man. Walk away like, fucking A. One of my favorite guitar players of all time just told me he loves my tattoo. Or like Duff going, Robbie, I haven't seen you since Matt's wedding. How you been? I'm just like, really? Like, because these are like, and then you hear the horror stories of like the past of the original like Guns N' Roses, like, and it's like, I don't know. I don't buy that. Like Slash and Duff are just nice now. I have a feeling that they were always really nice.
Drugs can be nutty, I didn't
like
know
Jason.
Then,
well, there's like, I was talking with Jason from Lifehouse one day when we were on a tour, and we were talking about something. I said, that guy's always been an asshole to me, and I don't even remember who it was. But Jason goes, just remember, Rockstar, who's an asshole now, was asshole before they became a rock star. And I believe that that's the same thing in the opposite, that if you're a genuinely nice person, you're a genuinely nice person.
I think there could be
the fact that they partied and maybe were late, but
I don't know. I think that there could be a cycle. You could be cool, then all of a sudden shit goes crazy. You get a little full of yourself. You could be a dick, sort of. Also, it's also circumstantial. You know, if I'm like literally leaving the stage and you're like, hey, I wanted to talk to you. My mom wants your autograph, and you're kind of like, I fuck it. So there's that. But I think that maybe you could be a dick for a bit, and then you come back down to who you were always.
Sure. Well, it could be perception too. Someone may, like you're saying, like the dude's walking off stage, like just beat after playing 2 hours. Yeah, let me get your autograph. Oh, what a dick.
Yeah.
He wouldn't sign it.
That's
Like,
different.
well, you're perceiving this guy as a dick, like
Right, yeah.
And then also it's you, man. If you're pretty easygoing, I find you don't have that many people to be addicted. Why would you be addicted to the easygoing guys? So
sure.
I think there's a lot more to it. I think also people just like to say, oh, I bet that guy, he was a dick. I don't know why, but people love it.
Yeah.
I know that dude. Me and Axel, we go way back.
Oh yeah.
We hung out all the time.
How many
City,
times do you guys hear, tell so-and-so I said hello? And it's like, and the person you tell is like, who?
Yeah.
They have no, or it's like, if you're such good friends with them, tell him your damn self.
Yeah. And what makes you think that I know the guy that good that I'm gonna go tell him?
Like, I'm gonna put my name on the line.
You're
this
who?
is more than just a friendship we were talking about. It could be my career.
I work for Robbie. I'm the one who delivers the drum heads.
Okay.
Glad that you're here today. Thanks for coming to work. All right, so when I was
back your check on the way out.
So I was going to first put together this podcast. I was at my buddy's house. My buddy has a daughter in 5th grade, and the 5th grade daughter said, I need to ask every person who comes on the podcast when they first felt famous. So I'm going to ask you guys when you first felt famous. If fame is an odd road to go down and you don't know how to answer it, you can pick a time in your career that was monumental, was a pivotal change that made you feel good about yourself, something that you think is worth sharing. What would each of you guys choose?
Wow.
I guess I can kind of think of a couple different things. One would be when I first started touring in a van and somebody asked me for my autograph. I said, no, I'm not with the band. You want, no, I know who you are. I want your autograph. Okay. And then
it was like it was for a child or something. You're the dad. He's like, oh. Should have phrased that better. I don't know what the word.
Oh. And then I guess the other one would be because it just blew my mind that it was my first time in Hong Kong and I was on tour Fifth Harmony.
Sure.
And we didn't do a line check. We only did sound check and then we were done right before show. So our line check was me just going to make noise, make sure I had my amps when I turned my amps and keyboards on, right? Make sure I heard it. And I walk out on stage before the girls are about to go on and I hear my name being yelled out from the crowd. In Hong Kong. How do they know who I am? And it was a last minute gig to the point like where I had to go to get a new passport like last minute, spend like $600, like, when you gotta like, oh shit, I gotta go because it was like a time elapse thing with traveling. So it was gonna expire when I was on tour. So I had to have a new one before I left for sure. So it was like that whole deal. So it was a totally last minute thing. It wasn't like I'd been there forever. I was replacing somebody. No, they're screaming my name in Hong Kong and I get back, I go back down up the stage, get, little fist bump to the girls and they're like, what the fuck was that? I said, I don't know. They Googled too deep. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, but that was just like, really? Because we're not in, in Florida. We're not in Vegas. It's a friend.
Hong Kong. Yeah. It's
Hong Kong. Never been there before either. Still only been there once other than the airport. But yeah.
Scott.
I was trying to think. I think honestly, and it doesn't have to do with like a time. Okay, like the last, when I was just on tour with Mammoth, our guitar tech, Brian Forst, talking to him, and we were talking about Wolfie's mom actually, and how she's just like your mom is. Like, she's literally just the most down to earth, like level-headed person. Like,
so she'll fold my underwear?
Yeah, totally. So
Awesome.
like, but we were just talking about her and like what she has done for like building this bridge that she doesn't even know that she built. Like, with her being on television, everybody knew her, as or knows her as an actress and Eddie Van Halen's ex, whatever. But she's so proud of Wolfie, and she's constantly promoting him and everything. What she's done is she's taken that and put it in the homes of where moms and people like grandmas that are maybe watching her baking show can kind of get this grasp of what we as roadies or entertainment professionals, whatever, what we kind of do, and it makes it okay that we look the way we do, because we're still just people,
Yeah.
So I got to talk to her about that. I was a nervous wreck trying to tell her, but like 10 seconds I tried to explain it to her, and she was just like, oh my gosh, that's really, really cool. I never like thought about that. And I'm like, well, on behalf of everyone that may have been touched, that will never get to say this to you, we all thank you for building this bridge, So for me, I guess that's maybe not feeling famous, but me being able to connect Valerie Bertinelli with.
It's an awesome thought, because if you think about it, if they had never hitched up, they would have never had a kid. The kid would have never hired you, and you fed me for the year. Thanks, dude. Yeah. I like that, man. That's really cool, Scott.
That's some full circle stuff,
Yeah.
No, not to do it too much of a tangent, but were your parents supportive of you going into music stuff?
My mom, yes, 100%. My mom was the first one to buy me a drum kit, and she let me beat on it in the garage every night. And she was the one who stood out there and talked to the cops and said, my son's going to do this because you can't tell him he can't,
How old were you when you got the drum?
I was 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Old enough to know that mom's pretty freaking cool to be out there yelling at the cops for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And she bought my brother a bass at the same time. That never really blossomed in anything, but yeah, she let me beat the crap out of my drums and have all these gnarly freaking metalheads come over, and we play the most crappiest of like wannabe Metallica stuff. We're talking 87, 88, we're trying to get, and just
everyone's playing their own thing. No one listened to each other at all.
Everybody's banging their head. Stuff's going. I mean, literally, I would take my hi-hats, and those are my crash cymbals, because like I gotta hit something, just awesome. And just tightening as much as you can to get the life out of the head or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, my mom, she definitely supported me. She still does. Any tour I'm on, she's like, I better get to come see you. Unfortunately, she didn't get to go see the Guns show that we went. She lives by Dallas, but because of COVID and everything, I was like, you can go to the show, but you're gonna be sitting out there with everybody else. I can't come see you, so it's kind of dumb, I'll be this big and you'll be even smaller,
Yeah.
So, but yes, my mom definitely is there for me always.
Yeah, I just wonder if there's a link, like inadvertently, not thought about, that because you're tight with your mom, you have the foresight to connect Bertinelli with everything. There's some kind of link of thanks, moms.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, like I said, like talking to Wolfie's mom, it was like talking to my mom. Like, it was literally that I was that comfortable, but I felt like I was taking up her time, because everybody takes up her time. I'm sure, hey, tell me about this. And she's just like, I just want to freaking sit here. I'm trying to eat freaking lobster and shit, and you're talking to me about some bullshit with your mom, but she's cool with it, she's just like, let me eat and we'll talk about it, So So yeah, I mean, my mom's cool as shit. I feel like my mom's cool as shit, and I feel like Wolf's mom's cool as shit. So yeah, maybe there is some cool shit.
I don't know. There's something.
Yeah.
Nice.
They both like Van Halen. I guess one liked him more than the next, you know.
One made Van Halen.
Yeah, well.
Or
what about
a
your
Van
parents,
Halen.
Robbie? Were they cool with you going into music stuff?
Oh yeah, I had it luckily super easy because I I was born into the industry. My mom back in the day, I don't know if you remember WIA Distribution, Warner Electra, I believe it was Arista, was under one roof for distribution. My mom was the executive assistant to the head honcho for that. So I have her record collection in storage right now, like all the Elvis Presley, everything, name it, And then I had two cousins that I have two cousins that are professional drummers, and then my uncle who passed when I was younger, he was a baritone singer. So I was always at somebody's show doing something like that. And then like what you're saying, Scott, about like your mom, they bought me my first drum kit, but I can even predate that where you might have done this yourself, the pots and pans.
Oh, yeah.
And, the peanut cans, and I would take the Pringles can and cut off the bottoms for the Octobons, and then I would use the broken wooden spoons that my mom broke over my ass as my drumsticks. Oh yeah, I was totally encouraged, not without a doubt. And then I went, even when I was in music school and all that, they were super supportive. So, but most of my parents, they're passed now. My mom passed in 2000, and then my dad, we're coming up on a year of his passing, December 16th.
Sorry, that's recent. My condolences, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. How did you get the gig at the House of Blues, Scott? Did you just walk in?
Well, so actually the House of Blues, I used to work at the House of Blues. I work at Hard Rock now.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, House of Blues.
They make better drinks.
Do they?
No, I don't know, actually. I think they make pretty good burgers, though. That I do know.
They do. They have the Impossible Burger there too, so that's good.
Yeah.
House
Sorry,
of
that
Blues.
was the most important part of the interview. That had to be noted.
How do you know someone's a vegetarian? Just wait, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Could be worse. I could be vegan.
Now, what is it now? It's gluten-free. If anybody's gluten-free, they have to make mention of it usually.
I swear, Scott, that we shared some barbecue in Orlando when I was there visiting Adam one of the last times.
I've been vegetarian for 8 months now. So.
No, I know. I've been following. Yeah, no, good for you, man.
You lose a bunch of weight?
Eat fish though.
A little bit.
Are you farting up a storm?
Oh yeah. So I quit alcohol and eating meat, I guess you could say, at the same time. So
what was the rebirth? Why 8 months ago?
Well, the drinking was because it was the pandemic, and I didn't have much to do because we were all out of work. So I was just, I don't know. I noticed I was going out. I'm kind of a social person, and it's going out a lot, and just realizing these people that I'm seeing every day are literally living like a broken record. They're telling you the same stories. They're doing the same things, and then I'm noticing myself, wow, I'm part of this skip, I don't want to be skip anymore. I needed, whether you call it a break or whatever, I just needed a total change of scenery, so, and it was just coincidental with the meat and everything. That I'd kind of been dabbling for a little bit, but decided to just make I can't do it anymore. It's not for me,
Well, he also got a girlfriend, Joel, so that might.
Oh, here we got the truth.
Well,
thank you, Robbie. That's why Robbie came on today.
I've had a girlfriend. We're going on 2 years, so this is.
I'm teasing you, man. I'm teasing you.
But she's
I
along.
don't know how happy you seem lately. So.
Yeah, for sure, man. But I mean, so to clarify, I will eat meat. I fish all the time. I live not even 2 miles from the river, not even 2 blocks from the river, I guess you could say.
That's how close you and Frosty go, huh?
Really right there. So anyway, so I fish
So how
a
do you
lot.
go fishing? Like once a week?
Well, I go as often as I can. Whenever we're done with this, we're going fishing. He's getting the boat ready right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. We go probably 3-4 times a week, you know.
Oh, killer, man. That's relaxing.
Yeah. So I will. So basically I'm going to sound all granola or whatever, but any meat I harvest myself, I will eat. So like the fish I catch, I will eat. I don't own a cow or chicken or anything like that, so I'm not eating that stuff for me, you know. So yeah. So like I said, a lot of just personal reasons, you know. Love the animals and I like this planet and stuff, you know. So
that sounds boring.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people say that. That's okay though.
Oh no.
That's it.
Boy, boring.
So
well, this episode was brought to you by Black Angus.
Yeah. USDA grade A beef.
Actually, my sponsor is a vegan cheese company, so they're vegan and gluten free. And the thing is that but I actually really like the cheese. That's the thing. It's weird, you know. So it's kind of like,
wow.
Well, yeah, because I like real cheese. I didn't want to like their cheese, and so
of course.
I met the guy, one of the head guys, and I liked him. But then I tried it, and it's like it was a salmon one, right? And I'm like, I'm not gonna eat this fake salmon, and I fucking loved it. So I get it now, and every morning I'm putting it on the thing, and yeah, but you know, honestly, it's just a little easier on my indigestion. So I love it. But yeah, I don't know. It is interesting. Things have changed a little bit. I don't know if that's a worldwide thing, because if you think about it, like a lot of the Asian countries were eating, you know, always eating healthier, I think it's probably safe to say. And so there's a lot like when I was in China, a lot of bok choy, like at every single meal and everything. I felt great. I loved it. So
that's like going to Europe, though. It's like, you know.
Even well, that's it. You get what you get.
The Snickers bar is better than ours in the States, you know, like because even the junk food has negative.
Kit Kat bars.
But then, but it's like I say, like I remember when organic food was just food. Like we didn't have to go look at a little barcode and know what barcode was that's on this fruit, because there's like 4 or 5 now that you gotta look at, right? You know, it's like, well, whatever happened to just buying? That's what they had, and it was. You know, you didn't have to worry about all the bullshit, you know?
Those were the days, man. Those were the days.
Now
we sound old.
And then when you get catering, though, that's just like the same thing. It's just crap, totally just all processed. Like, here, let me open that box of donuts for you. Like, you couldn't even go get like regular donuts from the donut shop or like after show food pizza. You know, there's more than Domino's and Pizza Hut. And every town you go to, I don't care how small the town is, there's a pizza store.
Yeah, I'm pretty hard on the pizza. I don't really like pizza, and so people.
I hate it. Like,
well, people who don't work in music don't go, how could you not like pizza? It's un-American. And I'll be like, yeah, I've had my fair
it every
share
night
of pizza.
for 3 months because the production is too cheap to get you a burger.
Well, anyway. Well, guys, I really appreciate it. We got to wind up so Scott can go fishing, which sounds really cool. Thank you for giving me your time. I appreciate it very much. And
thanks for
unless you guys have any other stories you want to share last minute that you were saving up, you're welcome to tell them.
All good, man. All right. Thank you very
much.
Fishing.
Go fishing. All right, guys. Thank you for your time. Talk to you soon.
See you down the road.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe by clicking the round button on the bottom right. To learn more about me or the guests on the show, go to joelroadie.com. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok. The handle's Joel Roadie. And don't forget, when you party like a rock star, don't be a dick.